Hello and welcome back. Welcome to a new class. Welcome to class number 161. Okay. Which means, my God, we only have 35 classes left. We only have 35 classes left, which means that my life is going to become easier in about a month and a half. Every day when I go home after the class, I mark my calendar with an X, like a man in prison. But I'm not in prison, I'm enjoying this, but nevertheless, no obstante, nevertheless, I need a rest. I need a rest. Yes. Class number 161. Congratulations, you're progressing very well. You're making good progress. You're advancing. You're moving forward, little by little, step by step. It's clear that your decision to watch this program, and for the official students, your decision to follow this course carefully is a good decision. I'm convinced. I'm convinced. Okay, let's move to camera 1 and review. Translation list number 58, please. All right. Ella me conoce. She knows me. ¿Y por qué me conoce? Why does she know me? Why does she know me? ¿Por qué me conoce ella? Why does she know me? ¿Trabaja ella en la misma empresa que tú? Does she work in the same company as you? The same as, same as, same as. Nunca same that, ni same than, okay? Does she work? Does she work? Does she work? Cuando dice she, la SH es muy fuerte. She. Tanto que anula la S al final de does y se apodera del final de esa palabra. Does she? Does she work in the same company as you? Conduce? Does she drive? Does she drive? Tiene mucho dinero. Does she have a lot of money? A lot of money, funny money, honey, funny money. Gracioso dinero, funny money. Pronunciación no es money, por favor. Money. Does she have a lot of money? ¿Por qué viene ella aquí tan a menudo? Why does she? Why does she? Why does she come here so often? Yeah. Why does she come here so often? ¿Le gustas? Does she like you? Does she like you? O sea, ella te aprecia, ella te valora, ella te ama. Does she like you? Does she love you? ¿Te gusta ella? O sea, tú le amas a ella. Do you like her? Do you like her? Do you like her? ¿Ella te cae bien? Do you like her? ¿Con qué frecuencia la ves? How often do you see her? How often? How often? Muchos angloparlantes, no la mayoría, pero algunos dicen often, así que es válido también. La T, sonando la T. How often do you see her? ¿A dónde la llevas los fines de semana? Where do you take her? Where do you take? To take, además de tomar píldoras, to take a pill, to take medicine, is to take is llevar. Take me to the hotel. Take me to the airport. Take me to the stars. Take me to the galaxies. ¿A dónde la llevas los fines de semana? Where do you take her? Where do you take her? On the weekends? On the weekends? Británicos? Where do you take her? At the weekend? Me, I take her to the galaxies, to visit different galaxies. Really? ¿Le gusta a ella ir a la playa? Does she like to go to the beach? Does she like to go to the beach? Alternativa. Does she like going to the beach? Does she enjoy, disfruta? Does she enjoy going? Con enjoy gerundio siempre. Does she enjoy going to the beach? Does she like going to the beach? Does she like to go to the beach? Alternativa segunda. Does she like to go to the seaside? Los británicos lo dicen bastante o lo decían. To the seaside. Al lado del mar. Seaside. Does she like to go to the seaside? Does she enjoy going to the seaside? Okay, vas a casarte con ella. Are you going to marry her? Are you going to marry her? To marry. 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 Marry, quite contrary. Marry. Cásate conmigo. Marry me. Cásate con él. Marry him. No te cases con ella. Don't marry her. Cásate conmigo. Marry me. Okay, to marry es casarse con. Pepe se casó con María. Pepe married Maria. Pepe se casa mañana. Pepe is getting married tomorrow. To get married is casarse. To marry es casarse con. Me caso. Oye, no, una noticia. Me caso. Hey, some news. I'm getting married. You're getting married? No, you don't say. No me digas. Yes, I'm getting married. And who are you marrying? I am marrying Mary. ¿Te casas con María? Yes, I am marrying Mary. Are you going to marry Mary? Yes, I'm going to marry Mary. What about it? Okay. But yesterday you were going to marry Jane. Yes, that was yesterday. Yesterday I was going to marry Jane. Now I'm going to marry Mary. And we are going to get married tomorrow. We are going to get married tomorrow. Casarse is to get married. Cuando no hay complemento. Get married. Cásate. Get married. Get married. Amigo mío. Cásate. Get married. Get married. Cásate con ella. Marry her. O sea, el get desaparece. O sea, marry her. Marry me. Marry him. Okay. Marry them? No. Eso es bigamia. Bigamy. That's not correct. You can't say marry them. Marry him or marry her or marry it, perhaps. Okay. ¿A dónde vas a llevarla este fin de semana? Where are you going to take her this weekend? Are you going to take her to galaxy number 612? Are you going to take her to the moon? Are you going to take her to the stratosphere? Are you going to take her to cloud number 9? Are you going to take her to the firmament? Are you going to take her to the stars? Fly me to the moon. Where are you going to take her this weekend? I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello there. My name's Carly. Nice to see you again. I'm here with my student, Pilar. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Excellent. I'm great. Good. Pilar, if you're ready, and if you're ready at home, we're going to do a review of the previous class. All right?
All right.
Perfect. We're going to use a lot of different verbs. For example, reírse in English.
To laugh.
Good. Exactly. Hacer.
To make.
Good. For example, gritar.
To shout.
Good. Beber.
To drink.
Good. Levantarse.
To get up.
Good. Y acostarse.
To go to bed.
Exactly. Perfect. So we're going to practice in the past with all of these verbs. So, Pilar, ask me if I went to bed last night late.
Did you go to bed last night early?
Late?
Ah, no, late.
Good. Ask me again.
Did you go to bed last night late?
Good. Yes, I went to bed really late last night. I went to bed late last night. Good. Pilar, ask me if I made chicken yesterday.
Did you make
Good.
chicken yesterday?
Perfect. So did you make chicken yesterday? No, I didn't make chicken yesterday. Pilar, ask me if my mother laughed a lot last week.
Did your mother laugh laugh a lot this weekend?
Last week?
Last week.
Good, repeat that.
Did your mother laugh a lot this weekend?
Last.
Ay, last weekend.
Good. Last week? Last week?
Last
Good.
week.
For example, did your mother laugh? Not did your mother laughed. Did your mother laugh a lot last week? Yes, my mother laughed a lot last week. In the past, my mother laughed.
Okay.
Yeah? Tell me, my mother laughed.
My mother laughed
Good.
a lot last week.
Perfect. Very good. All right. Pilar, ask me if my mother shouted at me.
Did your mother shout at you?
Perfect. That's it. Did
Okay.
your mother shout at you? No, she didn't shout at me. So shout at. We always shout at people,
Okay.
right? But we shouldn't. That's not nice.
Okay.
Pilar, ask me if they went to bed early last night.
Did they went to bed?
Did they?
Go.
Good.
Yes. Did they go to bed early? Last night?
Perfect. Did they go to bed early last night? No, they didn't go to bed early last night. Perfect. Pilar, ask me if they whispered. Whisper? Whisper.
Yes.
To whisper. I forgot what that is in Spanish. In Spanish?
Susurrar.
There you go. I can't pronounce it. Whisper, we say. So to whisper is talking like this. So ask me if they whispered during the movie.
Did they whisper? See, in the movie.
During?
During? I don't
During
know.
is durante. During the movie.
During.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, repeat that.
Did they
Whisper.
whisper during the movie?
Very good. So did they whisper during that word? During.
Yes.
Tell me during.
During.
It's a bit of a J sound. During, we say. During.
During.
One more time.
During.
Perfect. Good. So did they whisper during the movie? Yes, they whispered during the movie. So whisper is regular. Whisper in the past, whispered.
Okay.
Yeah? Very good. Pilar, ask me if the children cried.
Did the children cry?
Perfect. No, the children didn't cry. All right, the children didn't cry. And the last one, Pilar, ask me if they made a dress.
Did they make a dress?
Very good. No, they didn't make a dress. All right, good stuff. We're going to move on to list 58 and we're going to review the translation. All right, I'll give you the Spanish, Pilar gives me the English, and you practice out loud. All right, always be guessing, adivinando, guessing the meaning. All right, Pilar, ¿por qué me conoce?
Why does he know me?
Perfect, good. Why does he know me? Good. ¿Trabaja en la misma compañía? Bueno, ¿trabaja en la misma empresa que tú?
Does he work in the same company as you?
Perfect, good. So same as is the important part. ¿Conduce?
Does he drive?
Perfect. Does he drive? Very good, Pilar. ¿Tiene mucho dinero?
Does he have a lot of money?
Excellent. Does he have a lot of money? Pilar's using really good intonation. So the question, does he have a lot of money? So you practicing at home, good intonation. Does he have a lot of money? Right? It's a question. Good.
Okay.
¿Por qué viene aquí tan a menudo?
Does he...
¿Por qué?
Why does he come here so often?
Very good, yeah. Why does he come here so often, right? Tan a menudo, so. Good. ¿Le gustas?
Does he like you?
Excellent. This is the tricky one, right? You have to think the opposite. Does he like you? Good. Continue. A couple more. ¿Te gusta ella?
Do you like her?
Excellent. So you're the action. Do you like her? ¿Con qué frecuencia la ves?
How often do you see her?
Excellent. Good. ¿A dónde la llevas los fines de semana?
Where do you take her on the weekends?
Excellent. Very good. So take, llevar. Very good. ¿Le gusta a ella ir a la playa?
Does she like her to go to the beach?
Take out her. Does she like to go to the beach? Does she like to go to the beach? One more time.
Does she like to go to the beach?
Excellent. Very good, guys. Keep practicing, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
All right, welcome back. To arrive and to leave. Okay, every day I get here at 9 o'clock because I start with you at 9:30. Every day I get here at 9 o'clock. Estoy usando el verbo to get. en el sentido de to arrive, llegar. Y os habéis fijado, espero, o creo, que he dicho here, to get here. Si no mencionas el destino después de get, no significa llegar, significa obtener, conseguir, ir a por algo, o recibir, to get. Get tiene significados varios, como sabéis. Ahora, cuando usas el destino después de get, es llegar. Llegué a Barcelona ayer. I got to Barcelona yesterday. I got here 20 minutes ago. I got here 20 minutes ago. Puedo usar arrive. Con arrive no solemos decir el destino. I arrived. Y el destino es implícito. Se entiende que es aquí en este caso. I arrived 20 minutes early today. I arrived 20 minutes early today. Okay? To arrive. Normally we use arrive and not get when we are referring to trains and planes. Arrivals and departures. You go to the airport and you see the arrivals, which are the planes that are arriving, and the departures are the planes that are departing or leaving or taking off. In order for the plane to arrive, it needs to land. In order for the plane to depart, it needs to take off. Okay? Takeoffs and landings. All right? And the plane arrives. And in the train station, the trains arrive and the trains depart. Although we usually say the trains leave. What time does the train leave? What time is the train leaving? Van en simple y continuo. What time does the train leave? The train leaves, well, the train arrives at 3 o'clock. And then it leaves at 3:15. It arrives at 3 o'clock, and it leaves at 3:15. The plane arrives at 4 o'clock, and it leaves at 5:15. An hour and a quarter later, it leaves. What time does the plane leave? The plane won't leave, or doesn't leave. The plane doesn't leave until 7:10, 10 minutes past 7. That means we have an hour left. That's right. And what time are you planning to move to camera 1? Oh, I completely forgot. I need to change to camera 1. Oh, let's change right now. Okay? To arrive and to leave. Do the planes, third person plural, do planes usually arrive on time? Yes. I would say planes usually arrive on time, but there are a lot of exceptions. Yeah. Do planes usually leave on time? It's interesting. Planes usually don't leave on time. However, they usually arrive on time. It's quite interesting. If you travel a lot by plane, think about it. When you look at your watch, when the plane is ready for takeoff, or the plane begins to leave the hangar, or to leave the terminal, and begins to move back, look at your clock. Often it's late. So you say, well, the plane is leaving a little late or very late. But then usually the plane arrives on time. Why is that? It's because the airline companies habitually give more time than necessary for the duration of the flight in order to solve this little problem, what you call in Spanish, curar sin salud, okay? So they solve this little problem by overestimating the time, okay, on purpose, in order to have a good record, un buen registro de llegadas, a good record of on-time arrival. To arrive and to leave. Often the plane leaves late, but strangely, oddly, curiously, it arrives on time. To leave and to arrive. Okay, now to arrive is usually without mention of the destination. Yesterday I left Madrid at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I arrived in Soria at 12, 3 hours later. I left Madrid at 9, and I arrived in Soria, not at Soria, in Soria at 12 o'clock. I arrived at the bank, iba a un banco ahí, at the bank. Cuando es un punto, it's at. Cuando es un área, una zona, in. Okay? But probably I would say I left Madrid yesterday at 9 o'clock and I got to Soria. I got to Soria. Cuando menciono el destino suelo ser get. Ahora, si no menciono el destino es arrive. I left Madrid. Yesterday I went to Soria. I left Madrid at 9 o'clock and I arrived at 12. Okay? So when I don't mention the destination, I use arrive. When I mention the destination, it's okay to say arrive, in or at. But it's much more common in everyday English to get when you mention the destination. For example, the child walked home from school. Every day the boy walks home from school. His house is 10 minutes away on foot. So he walks home every day from school. He leaves school. He leaves the school at 3:30 when he finishes the classes, and he gets home at 3:40, 10 minutes later. He leaves the school at 3:30 and he gets home at 3:40, 20 minutes to 4. He arrives at home, or arrives home, is correct, but nobody says it. Nobody. I'm sure the expression to arrive home is said maybe 100 times a year in the entire English-speaking world. We say to get home, to get home, to get home, not to arrive home, but it's correct. Okay? Now, planes and trains leave and arrive, or depart and arrive. But depart is a technical verb. We don't use to depart unless we're speaking very in technical terminology of aviation or trains. Okay? When is the departure date? The departure time is a technical way of speaking. The normal everyday way of speaking, what time does the plane leave? What time does the plane leave? What time does the train leave? The train leaves at 10:30. The plane leaves at 4:15. What time does it arrive? What time does it arrive? It arrives at 7:45 or it arrives at 7:45. Okay, that's what time it arrives. It leaves, it arrives. The trains every day, a lot of trains leave the station, and every day a lot of trains arrive at the station. They arrive in Barcelona, they arrive at the station. See you in just a few minutes. I come here every day. I come here every single day. Unless I'm sick, but I never get sick. So I come here every day. Que remedio. I arrive at 7 o'clock in the evening, and I leave at 12:45 at night, 1:45 de madrugada, because the programs start every day. As you know, this program starts at 9:30 officially. You can see it at different times of the day, but the official time is 9:30 in the evening. So I arrive at 9 o'clock, and I leave at 1:45 after taking off the makeup. I get here, I arrive. I get here, I arrive at 9. I leave at 1:45. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hello and welcome. Thank you, Richard. My name is Kyle, as you probably know by now. I'm sure you do. And I'm here today with Esther. Esther, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Kyle. How are you?
Great, fantastic. And Esther, today we're going to talk about two important verbs, to arrive and to leave. To arrive, right? And now remember, with arrive, we often use the verb, we use the king of verbs, to get to, right? To get home, we say, to get to school. But here we have the verb to arrive, and it's important to practice it for the sake of the pronunciation and the conjugation, right? We always say to arrive to a certain place. Arrive is more formal, right? On an airplane, the pilot will say, "We will arrive in New York at 6 o'clock." And then I'll turn to the guy next to me and say, "What time are we getting to New York?" Right? Because I'm speaking more casually with him, right? Whereas arrive is a little bit more formal, right? So how do we conjugate the verb? Every day I arrive. Yesterday I
Arrived.
arrived. Yeah, and now that V again, arrived.
I arrived.
I arrived. Right, so you have to pronounce the V, arrived. Okay, yesterday I arrived. And then the verb to leave. Adios. I'm going to leave, right? Today I leave. Yesterday I
Left.
left. Yeah, L-E-F-T. Left, just like my left hand, right? Okay, so did you arrive here on time today?
Yes, I arrived here on time today.
Yes, she arrived here on time. Did I arrive on time?
Yes, you arrived on time today.
Okay, I arrived on time. We arrived on time. Okay. What time did you arrive home yesterday?
Yesterday, I arrived home at 8 o'clock.
Okay, she arrived home at 8 o'clock. Okay. Did the train arrive at 3 o'clock? Give me an affirmative answer. Did the train arrive at 3 o'clock? Yes, the train arrived at 3 o'clock. Did the train arrive at 4 o'clock?
Yes, the train arrived at 4 o'clock.
Again?
The train arrived at 4 o'clock.
Yes, the train arrived at 4 o'clock. Very good. Okay. Did the flight arrive on time?
Yes, the flight arrived on time.
Yes, the flight arrived on time. Do buses usually arrive on time? Buses.
No, they don't usually arrive on time.
They don't usually arrive on time. Do they usually arrive late or early?
They usually arrive late.
Yeah. Yes. Sometimes. Okay. Okay. Did the bus arrive at 2 o'clock yesterday? At home. Did the bus arrive at 2 o'clock? Yes, the bus arrived at 2 o'clock. Very good. Ask me if I usually arrive on time.
Do you usually arrive on time?
Yes, I usually arrive on time. Sometimes I arrive a little bit late, but I usually arrive on time. Okay. Ask me when my brother arrived.
When did your brother arrive?
Good, yes. My famous brother, who I always talk about. When did your brother arrive? My brother arrived 3 days ago. He arrived 3 days ago, yes. Now, the verb to leave. To leave, okay? Did they leave on time?
Yes, they left on time.
Again?
They left on time.
They left on time. Did you leave your house on time today? Give me an affirmative answer. Yes, I left my house on time today. No problem. Did they leave at 2 o'clock?
Yes, they left at 2 o'clock.
They left at 2 o'clock. Good. Did they leave after lunch?
Yes, they left after lunch.
They left after lunch. Did they leave in the car?
No, they didn't live in the car.
Okay. Did they leave in a taxi?
Yes, they left in a taxi.
Okay. So Esther said, they didn't leave in a car. They left in a taxi. They didn't leave, infinitive. They didn't leave in a car. They left in a taxi. Okay. Did the train leave at 3 o'clock? Yes, the train left. Left. I need to hear the T. Left at 3 o'clock. Very good. Did it leave from the North Station? I'll ask you this, Esther. The train, did it leave from the North Station?
Yes, it left from the North Station.
From what?
From the North Station.
Yeah, from the North Station. So the station, remember the S starting here? Not in the vocal cord, right? Station. From the North Station. It left from the North Station. Repeat that at home. It left from the North Station. Very good. Did the flight leave on time?
No, the flight didn't leave on time.
It didn't leave on time. So on time means at the exact scheduled time. Because we also have in time. In time means before the deadline. Before a deadline. If my boss says, Kyle, give me the report by Friday. Friday is the deadline. Okay? If I submit the report in time, then it means I submitted the report before Friday. Maybe it was Tuesday. It's in time. But on time means at the exact moment. Be here at 9 o'clock. Not 9:30, but also not 8:30. Right? If we're talking about being on time, is exactly. Okay? So, did the taxi leave?
Yes, the taxi left.
Did the bus leave?
Yes, the bus left.
Okay. Ask me if my brother arrived at 3 o'clock.
Did your brother arrive at 3 o'clock?
No, he didn't. Ask me when he arrived.
When did he arrive?
Okay. Well, what do you want to know?
I want to know when he arrived.
When he, sorry?
I want to know when he arrived.
When he arrived, yes. I want to know when he arrived. Kyle, when did he arrive? I want to know when he arrived. Very good. He arrived at 4 o'clock. Ask me if he usually arrives on time.
Does he usually arrive on time?
Yes. Does he usually arrive on time? Yeah, he usually arrives on time. He usually arrives on time. Ask me if she arrived at 5 o'clock.
Does she arrive at 5 o'clock?
Ask me if she arrived at 5 o'clock.
Did she arrive at 5 o'clock?
Yes. Okay, ask me that question again from home. Did she arrive at 5 o'clock? Yes, she arrived at 5 o'clock. Sure. Did the flight arrive early?
No, it didn't arrive early.
No, it didn't arrive early. Now, what did she say? She said that it didn't arrive early. Okay. Did we arrive here on time today?
We?
Did we arrive, you and I?
Yes, we arrived on time today.
We arrived on time. Okay. Good. And we're out of time, Esther. But thank you.
Thank you very much.
Great job. And good job to you at home. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, questions. I want you to ask me. I want you to ask me questions about my brother-in-law, mi suegro. My brother-in-law. He's married to my sister. Yes, my brother-in-law. So let's go to camera one, and I want to hear a lot of questions, okay? Correctly constructed questions, all right? Let's go. Okay, ask me questions, come on. Well, let's see. Oh, Richard, what do you want me to ask? Questions? Ask me anything about my brother-in-law. Well, I can't think of anything. Oh, I can't believe it. Come on, let me help you. Ask me what my brother-in-law's name is. Oh, claro. What's your brother-in-law's name? Good, repeat please. What's your brother-in-law's name? Very good. His name is John. Ask me how old he is. Oldie? No, ask me how old he is. Pero lo enlazo y digo, ask me how old he is. How old is he? Very good. How old is he? He's 55. Ask me if he works. Does he work? Does he work? Yes, he does. Ask me what he does. Excuse me? Ask me what he does. I don't understand. Ask me what he does for a living. Ah, his job. Yes, ask me what he does. What does he do? Good. Repeat, please. What does he do? One more time. What does he do? Who? Your brother-in-law. What does your brother-in-law do? What does he do? He's an architect. Oh, really? Yes, he's an architect. Ask me if he works in an office. Does he work in an office? No, he doesn't. Ask me where he works. Well, where does he work? Where does he? Where does he work? Where does he work? Where does he? Where does he? Where does he? Where does he? Así hablamos los nativos. No es recomendable para vosotros. Where does he? Aspirando la H está muy bien. Where does he work? Pero el que avisa no es traidor. Los nativos hablamos así desde Gran Bretaña hasta Australia. Where does he work? My brother-in-law. Yes. Where does he work? He works at home. Ask me if he has an office at home. Does he have an office at home? Kind of. Kind of. ¿Qué significa kind of? Kind of. Kind of is más o menos. Kind of. Sort of. More or less. Kind of. What do you mean, kind of? Well, he doesn't have an office, a conventional office, traditional office. He has a working room for designing. He's an architect, okay, in the basement of the house. Sótano, in the basement, escrito basement, the basement of the house. He has a special room, all right? And ask me how many hours a day he works. Could you repeat? Ask me how many hours a day he works. How many hours a day? O sea, a day es por día o al día. Oh, muy bien, sí, sí. Okay, how many hours a day does he work? My brother-in-law? Yes, your brother-in-law. How many hours a day does he work? Well, he doesn't work during the day. He doesn't work during the day. No, he doesn't. He doesn't work during the day. When does he work? What, excuse me? When does your brother-in-law work? He works at night. Why? Well, ask me the question. Why does he work at night? Because he works better at night. Why does he work better at night? Well, because at night there aren't any telephone calls, professional or personal. People don't call him at night, so he can concentrate. Así que, so he can concentrate on his work, the design work, an architect. And what does he do during the day? Well, he sleeps. What else does he do during the day? He goes for a walk in the park. What else does he do? Well, he eats. And what else does he do? Well, he goes to the movies or the cinema. He does entertainment. I don't know what he does during the day. I imagine he leads a normal life. He does normal things during the day in addition to sleeping. Ask me what time he goes to bed. What time does he go to bed? He goes to bed around 7 o'clock in the morning. Really? He goes to bed around 7? Yes, he goes to bed around 7. Ask me what time he gets up. What time does he get up? Good, repeat please. What time does he get up? Ahora, esos no somos los nativos. Does he? Does he? Aspirando la H, os lo recomiendo así. Ask me what time he gets up. What time does he get up? Well, let's see, he gets up around 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Ask me what he does when he gets up. Well, what does he do? What does he do? What does he do when he gets up? He has lunch. He doesn't have breakfast, he has lunch. All right. And ask me what time he starts working again in the evening. Well, what time does he start working again in the evening? Well, it depends. What does it depend on? Well, it depends on his workload. His what? It depends on his workload. I don't understand workload. How do you say workload in Spanish? Well, load to load the computer. O sea, cargar el ordenador. Carga de trabajo. Good. Workload. Todo junto. Sometimes he starts at 11 o'clock, and sometimes he starts at 9 o'clock in the evening. It depends on his workload. Okay. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hello there and welcome. Bienvenidos. Soy Fitz. We have Esther with us today, who is a specialist in everything in English. Is that
Really?
right? Is that right?
Really?
Yes, yes. And she's going to begin to help us with vocabulary.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready at home? Okay, let's begin. Al principio.
At first.
At first. Very good. Can you say again?
At first.
At first. Durante.
During.
During. ¿Y con un acento americano?
During.
During. During y during. During y during. ¿Algo frío o algo fresco?
Cold.
O también
Cool.
cool. ¿Y qué significa cool también?
Es something, es algo chulo, guay.
Ok, ok. Comparado con.
Compared to.
O también
Compare with.
compared with. Compared to o compared with. Compared to or compared with. Compared to is more typical. Emphasis.
Emphasis.
Okay, very good. And one more time.
Emphasis.
Emphasis. Now, at home, very important here. In castellano, emphasis. In inglés, emphasis. Una vez más.
Emphasis.
Emphasis. Muy bien. Okay, now, some simple questions. Do you like simple questions?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you like simple questions? Okay, let's begin. Ask me if my boss always gets to work at 7 a.m.
Does your boss always get to work at 7 a.m.?
Okay, yes he does. Yes he does. Ask me if he always got to work at 7 a.m. last year.
Last year. Did your boss always get to work at 7 a.m. last year?
Last year. And one more time.
Did your boss always get to work at 7 a.m. last year?
Yes he did. Yes he did. So did your boss. Ask me if my boss got to work at 7 a.m. last year. Did he, or did your boss, get to work at 7 a.m. last year? Yes he did. Yes he did. Ask me if he'll get to work at 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Will he get to work at 7 a.m. tomorrow?
Very good. Yes he will. Yes he will. Okay. Very important. Muy importante. Para agilizar tu inglés. Hoy, ayer y mañana. Today, yesterday, tomorrow. Ask me if my boss gets to work every day at 7 a.m. Yes, he does. Ask me if he got to work at 7 a.m. last year. Yes, he did. Ask me if he'll get to work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Yes, he will. Okay? Ask me if my boss always wears a tie. If he always wears a tie.
Does your boss always wear a tie?
No, he doesn't. Ask me if he always wore a tie last year.
Did your boss always wear a tie last year?
No, he didn't. And tomorrow?
Will your boss wear a tie tomorrow?
Okay, excellent. Will your boss wear a tie tomorrow? No, he won't. Will your boss wear a tie tomorrow? No, he won't. Ask me if he always wears a red tie.
Does he always wear a red tie?
No, he doesn't. And tomorrow?
Will your boss wear a red tie tomorrow?
No, he won't. And yesterday?
Did your boss wear a red tie yesterday?
Very good. Okay. Will your boss wear a red tie tomorrow? No, he won't. No, he will not. No, he won't. Did he wear a red tie yesterday? No, he didn't. Did he wear a red tie yesterday? No, he didn't. Okay. Do you walk to work, Esther?
Yes, I walk to work.
And give me a negative.
No, I don't walk to work.
Very good. And one more time in the negative.
No, I don't work to work.
Walk to work.
I don't work to work.
Very good. Muy importante aquí. W-A-L-K, walk, pero es walk y no walk. Walk. Do you walk to work? Yes, I walk to work, or no, I don't walk to work. Ask me if I walk to work.
Do you walk to work?
Yes, sometimes I walk to work. Ask me if I walked to work last year.
Did you walk to work last year?
Yes, I did. Did you walk to work last year?
No, I didn't walk to work last year.
Very good. And in the positive?
Yes, I walked to work last year.
Very good. And one more time, slowly.
I walked to work last year.
Perfect. I walked to work last year. One last time.
I walked to work last year.
Very good. And tomorrow?
I will walk to work tomorrow.
Okay. And in the negative, tomorrow?
I want to walk to work tomorrow.
Okay. Otro aviso para ti. Positive, negative, and interrogative. Do you walk to work? Yes, I walk to work. No, I don't walk to work. Okay, very good. Does your sister talk a lot?
Yes, my sister talks a lot.
Excellent. Does your sister talk a lot? Third person. Yes, she talks a lot. She talks a lot. One more time. Does your sister talk a lot?
Yes, she talks a lot.
Does she talk more than you?
Yes, she talks much more than me.
Very good. She talks much more than me. Does she talk more than you? Yes, she talks more than me. Did she talk more than you when you were young?
No, she didn't talk more than me when she was young.
Okay, and in the positive?
Yes, she talks more than me.
And in the past, she talked?
She talked more than me when she was young.
Very good. She talked more than me when she was young. Y es como walk. T-A-L-K. Talk, no talk, talk. She talked more than me when she was young. She didn't talk more than me when she was young. Ask me if my sister talked more than me when we were young.
Did your sister talk more than you when you were young?
Yes, she did. So, did your sister talk more than you when you were young? Puedes repetirlo en casa. Muy bien. Did your sister talk more than you when you were young? Do Chinese people speak Greek?
No, Chinese people don't speak Greek.
And did they speak Greek last year?
No, they didn't speak Greek last year.
And next year?
They won't speak Greek next year.
And they won't speak. They won't speak.
They won't speak Greek next year.
Next year. Very good. They won't speak. They won't speak Greek next year. Ask me if I speak Greek.
Do you speak Greek?
No, I don't. Do you speak Greek?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you speak Greek? No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Did you speak Greek last year?
No, I didn't speak Greek last year.
Okay, she didn't speak Greek last year. Will you speak Greek next year?
No, I won't speak Greek next year.
And I won't speak. I won't speak.
I won't speak Greek next year.
Very good. I won't speak Greek next year. Does Maria speak Greek?
No, Maria doesn't speak Greek.
Will she speak Greek next year?
No, she won't speak
Very
Greek
good.
next year.
So she won't speak. One more time.
She won't speak Greek next year.
Okay. She won't speak Greek next year. Don't forget to speak English every day. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
All right. Class number 161 is now history. Yes, which means that tomorrow we have adivina, guess. Class 162. Oh, nunca termina esto. This is never finishing. My God, it's the never-ending story. But there are 195 classes in this program for beginners, which means that you're not far from the end, which means you have a decision to make soon, and that decision is whether to continue or not. I recommend that you continue. You must never stop. El secreto de la gente que acaba aprendiendo bien inglés es que nunca lo dejan, perseveran hasta el final. See you tomorrow.